your work was very, very discursive, and it really involves a lot of language and discussion and text. So why are you an artist and not a theorist instead? Couldn't you convey this idea in a nice pamphlet or a really nice publication? Why do you have to make the objects?
I think an idea can be approached in almost like unlimited kind of ways, right? I mean, but of course your question is why would it not be an essay? So basically, I think writing can be a part of the practice. I'm interested in not just the image, but for example, I'm interested in images. I'm interested in this kind of straightforward moment of conveying something. That never happens, for example, in writing. It can't happen in writing because writing is based on a timeline in a way. You need time to read. You need time to go through an essay to actually
so the immediacy
extract, decode the meaning. So there's like an immediacy to art oftentimes that I find very interesting.
I think of what I do as a responsibility. Do you, as an artist?
I feel responsible when I exhibit work. When I make that decision of making my work public in a way, that for me implies responsibility. When I'm expecting people to engage with it, or to take part in it, or to be interested in it, I expect of myself to have produced the work in a better way, right? I've given it my best shot. The only way for me to fully stand behind the work is to have that feeling. And I need to do that. I'm responsible. I need to be responsible for the work. And again, the only way to do that is be aware that, to have made precise decisions. This idea that we can't escape that which we know, that is a very interesting idea because not only does it relate to forgiveness, it also relates to the idea of trauma. But as for forgiveness, I'm interested in forgiveness as to what happens when you forgive or when you're being forgiven. What happens, this kind of reconfiguration of the past, of this reinterpretation of the past, despite the obvious fact that we can't change the past, that factually it's to be true. So it seems to be true that that's what I was thinking of when I came with the title, What's Done Cannot Be Undone. It seems to be true that that which is done cannot be undone. So it's this idea of destabilizing also.
Deconstructing what's done cannot be undone.
Yeah, destabilizing. The more you look into it, the more you can find little gaps in that concept. And I'm trying to explore those gaps in the show. We know that there's a future. The knowing that there's a future is extremely important to make art in this moment. But ultimately, it happens in the present. Everything is ultimately for me about the present. Whether or not I draw from history and go back in history, whether or not there's ideas about the future in the work and the present moment, that is where the work inscribes itself into. Art for me isn't about history, it's not about the future, it is about the here and now, it's about the present.